Hi guys, another unboxing from Cubicle.us here. I had a recent very large order with the Cubicle, but one thing I've noticed of late is that I seem to be getting on really well with stickerless cubes. So I'm on a bit of a mission to try and replace all my cubes with stickerless, and this is part and parcel, this order is part and parcel of that process. So got a list up of the various bits I've ordered. Let's get opening. This one didn't take as long to arrive, probably because it didn't have a premium cube in here. It was dispatched, I think I put rush on it, I think it was dispatched within 24 hours, and it certainly hasn't got held up in the UK like the last parcel. And there doesn't seem to be any rhyme nor reason to this, but this one didn't have any customs to pay. I think if the value's under a certain amount, I don't think they bother, to be fair. Okay, so here we go. That's the other very important thing with this one. This particular order, I'd heard that you can't import liquids into this country. I'd had a couple of comments on Facebook to the contrary, so I decided with this particular order that I'd try and order some lube as well. Now that is one great big pot of Maru lube. Now if you look, there's the standard size, and I found about 6 of these out. That's a standard size of 10ml, and there is a 100ml bottle. So that should be enough Maru to keep me going for a long time. Okay, next up, Maru have released a high viscosity oil, a bit like, a few years ago I used to use Lubex oil, and now you can get sort of 50k weight diff oil, which is very good for lubing a core of a cube, or, the internals, and I decided I'd like to try the Maru equivalent. Some of you may recall that in my last unboxing from Cubicle, I got my a battery from my Generation 2 stack map timer. So I decided to get a little mini WCA map that I can just leave here, because it doesn't matter. Here's my work laptop, here's my private laptop, so I can just have it here and I can do some stack matted soles, or quite like that. Okay, I haven't actually solved magics since they were an official WCA event, and I can't seem to find my magics anywhere, and in an effort to try and do as well as possible in the weekly competition, I thought, another event, so I'm probably going to have to remind myself how to solve these, although, my times weren't too bad in competition. I think 2.2 on the normal magic and about 5 seconds on the master magic. But I'm probably going to have to have a little practice. One thing I noticed straight away is they're very tight, very tight. The joins between the wiring that connects them, the plastic wiring that connects them, is tight. So they'll need a little bit of breaking in, but I shall be able to do magic and master magic in the weekly competitions. So there's those. Now, this is where we get into the interesting stuff. The cubes. Actually, I'm going to leave those to one side just for a minute, because I decided that when I did this order, I wasn't sure. The GANS 356V1 has been a very good cube for me, but one thing I have noticed is the quality of their standard stickers isn't the best. Now, I do have some replacements that came in the box. I think I've got a couple of sets of these, but still, I wanted to try and get some better quality stickers for the 356V1. It turns out that it may be that this cube in this box will become my new main, but, be nice to re-sticker it anyway. So I did order a number of stickers. Let me just... So, I ordered 2 sets of half brights for the 356V1. I ordered... Back's going to close this up again. I ordered a couple of sticker removers. I ordered a couple of square 1 stickers. And I ordered, I think it was 10 Cubicle stickers. Because going to a comp's day after tomorrow, next door open, 2016. I figured that most of my main cubes, if I don't think there's going to be many people that, just to stop cubes getting confused with other people's, that's all. Okay, so the main event. Here we have 3 Stickerless cubes. I'm going to start with the 2x2, Dayan 2x2. I heard quite good things about the Dayan. I currently use a Moyu Lingpo, and obviously in my attempt to get everything stickerless, I ordered the Dayan. Initially, the pieces don't seem to fit together brilliantly. There's some places where they're touching, some places where they aren't, but they seem to be as tight as they can be, so, maybe okay. I think that's pretty standard colours, to be fair. Yeah, pretty standard. First turns, I'd say it's about on a par with the Lingpo. I'm in no stretch of the imagination any good at 2x2. I average about 8.5 seconds, which when you think I average sub 16 on 3x3 is, I just don't concentrate on the event. But first turns seem very nice, and it actually, to be fair, I think it feels a little bit better than my Lingpo. So, Stickerless Dayan 2x2. I think that probably will become my main. Okay, so this is the X-Man Tornado in Stickerless. Now, I have been solving, I think it's been a cross between 2 cubes, which has been my main, either the X-Man Tornado Stickerless or the Dayan the Go1 Yushao Stickerless. I think that's probably the one I'm going to use as main in 2 days' time. But in my last Cubicle order, I got the X-Men Tornado together with a large number of other cubes, and I found that this was a lovely, lovely cube. Didn't lock up much, and I really did like solving on it. The same can be said now. I still solve on it, and I still like the feel of the cube. But obviously I wanted to stick this one. So here is the X-Man Tornado Stickerless. Immediately apparent is the colours are very, very nice, I think. They look similar to the Go1 Yushao, apart from the green, which is very, very light on the Go1 Yushao. So there's the whites, the reds, blues, and I think this one's a slightly lighter blue. There's the yellows, and yeah, this is sort of a bright yellow. Orange and green. Now the difference between those 2 greens don't look an awful lot, and I've got quite used to that, but that is a very, very light green. Now, first turns. Very, very fast, doesn't lock up an awful lot. That feels very, 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 very nice as a cube. Let's move some of these goodies and just do a solve on it. Those all back in the box. And let's just have a little sample solve or two. Some statistics there from a Megaminx average. I'll about to post up on YouTube. Let's go for 3x3. Here we go. thing I've noticed is this X-Man Tornado is actually printed on. So I won't be able to replace that with the Cubicle one. Okay. Let's have a little play. Oh, I do like the colours, has to be said. That's a very, very nice cube. Very nice. It compares very favourably with the stickered black variety that I have. This, if anything, feels a little bit more stable. I'm not sure if it's got it set to the same tensions. Let me just go and grab my stickered variety. So, here we have the black stickered one. It feels a little bit more clicky, obviously feels a little bit more broken in. This one feels, yeah, I suppose similar. One thing I found is often stickerless just feel nicer. I thought that a few years ago when they weren't competition legal, but now they're competition legal, you know, I found very little reason not to switch over to them. But very, very nice, quite clicky, corner cutting, effortless 45. Now, one thing I did find with this cube, this one, is that when you do corner cutting, say you do line to line, you know, there's a certain amount of pressure needed to be applied. The one thing I find with the X-Man Tornadoes, even when you put it there, there's no more pressure needs to be applied. It just cuts beautifully. Reverse, not quite line to line. There or thereabouts. One thing I found is locking up is minimal, and you'll notice that there are very, very large holes. You notice that not only is the centres rounded, the corners are also, you'll notice that the corners have been rounded on the very corner and on the internals, and obviously you've got the, you know, the arc similar to the Gans 356. So, you know, these are quite big holes with a lot taken away from each of the pieces, and, you know, a few people have said that it makes the cube feel unstable. I haven't had that feeling with the X-Men Tornado, have to confess. So yeah, X-Men Tornado, I will do an average of 100 on that later on today. As I said, we're 2 days away from comp. Whether I'll choose to replace my main at such short notice, I don't know. But to be fair, you know, I can't tell you which of these two is main at the moment anyway, so that feels very, very good. Sub 15 solved straight away. Lovely cube. So, another Stickerless, and this time we're moving on to the Moyu Baoshang 5x5. Now, I have changed my 5x5 main on quite a few occasions recently. I was using a Moyu Huasheng, a Moyu Huasheng for 6 months or so. I was then recommended to get the Yushin, and I did love the Yushin on black. Very, very quickly they brought out the Moyu Baoshang, and that also I switched over to being my main. And that is a very, very nice cube. I have had some reports from people that theirs after 100 or 200 solves is slowing up, but I'll get some more reports to that at the comp this coming weekend. So I wanted a stickless Moyu Baoshang, and I couldn't get one in the UK, but Cubicle had this beauty. So let's get it unpacked. It'll be interesting to see how this compares to the black Baoshang, because all stickerless seem to feel slightly different than their non-stickerless counterparts. So, straight out of the box, let's get a Baoshang to have a little comparison to. I put it here already. So, let's have a little look at the I have to say straight away, first impressions, the colours are very, very nice. So, there's the white. There's the orange, and this is a sort of brighter green. That seems a bit brighter. White, yellow, And if we just do a simple checkerboard, you'll see that those colours are quite distinguishable. I don't think I'm going to find any problems there. Straight away, first turns feels very much like this. So this one's worn in a little bit, feels a little bit clicky, but it's probably had 200-300 solves on it. This feels quite sandy, a little bit less clicky. So that's the outer layer. I have to say, there's no discernible difference really in the feeling between the outer and inner layers, but that's no different than the stickered version. Corner cutting, you know, no problems at all, line to line. And on the inner layers, you might get a little bit of locking there, but I have to say that, you know, one thing I found is, you know, I can pop cubes quite easily, and I've never actually popped that. I've had it where sort of two pieces sort of switch position and I've had to fiddle it about, but I've never actually popped it. It feels very, very similar to, you know, the stickered version. Really looking forward to doing some solves on this. Might do an average of 12. We've been pressing forward, trying to do as much on 5x5 as possible, because I feel it's an event that I can really do well at in a couple of days' time. Well, relative to me. So, there's latest unboxing. So we have the Moyu Boashang Stickerless. We have the X-Men Tornado Stickerless. We have WCA Mini Mat. We have the Dayan 2x2 Stickerless. We have Magic and Master Magic, and those are Ling Yao Magic and Master Magic. We have some Maru Core Lube. We have the big pot of Maru Normal Lube. We have some stickers, etc, etc. So thanks for watching, guys. There should be another couple of unboxings to come in the next day or so. I've got an order of larger Stickerless cubes coming from the UK, so we'll see a Stickerless 6x6 and a Stickerless 7x7. And I also have another Stickerless Megaminx coming. Two more Stickerless Megaminx is coming. I have the Yoo-Hoo, and I also have another Dayan. I've been solving in a Dayan, but I have another Dayan coming which has got ridges. I'm finding as I'm getting a little bit faster that you know, I'm not being able to do out some all angles on a Megaminx, old hands, etc, and keeps slipping on the corners. So we've got a few more unboxings this week. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.